The fourth and final dimension of service management is value streams and processes. This is where everything that we've discussed starts to come together. The other dimensions are about who and what, and this dimension is about how. Let's start with understanding what value streams are. A value stream is the set of steps that an organization takes to create and deliver value through either a product or service. In IT service management, obviously this would be a service. It's sort of like a map. It shows us how demand starts to move through our organization and turns into something valuable for our end users. Think of it this way. A customer has a need. That's the trigger. The need flows through various teams, tools, and actions that we take through IT service delivery. At the very end, the customer receives either a service or a product that solves their problems. The path from initial need to solution is our value stream. Every organization will have multiple value streams. Some might support internal operations and some might serve external paying customers. And not every single value stream will be IT related as well. Here's the benefit to mapping our value streams. First, we start to understand where and how value is actually created. Remember, value is subjective depending on the user or stakeholder that's using our service. We can also spot bottlenecks, wastes, and ensure that we're not doing any sort of redundant steps or work. From there, we can identify where automation or outsourcing might reduce our costs. And lastly, we can design better user experiences. It also gives us visibility across the entire organization. Instead of seeing our processes in isolation, we can start to see them and how they all connect from initial service request all the way to resolution, or from an initial idea all the way to implementation. This dimension helps us remember that value is defined by our customers and our users, not us as the provider. So when you're building out or improving on value streams, focus on the customer journey, consider their experience, satisfaction, as well as their expectations, and ask, does this step actually add value from the user's perspective? Let's talk a little bit about processes. Processes in service management are structured sets of interrelated activities that must be completed in order to accomplish a specific objective. Think of processes sort of like the engine in a car. Without them, we don't go anywhere. Good process design is crucial, and it's not just about documentation. It's also about making sure that every step adds value, that it's clearly owned, and that it's contributing to the bigger picture. Bad processes are often the root cause of issues, delays, frustrated users, cost overruns, as well as poor results. As an example of processes, let's take the incident manage process that's common in IT service management and break it down. Incident management's objective is to restore normal services as quickly as possible when something goes wrong. Here's what that process might look like. First, an incident might be reported by a user via help desk ticket, an email, or a phone call. The ticket would be logged in our system with major details about it. Our support team would then review as well as categorize the incident to understand its impact as well as severity. A support team member will then be assigned to investigate as well as resolve the issue. Resolution should then be provided, as well as the service should be verified to be restored. From there, the ticket would be closed and the user would be notified that everything's all set. The last thing we would do is a post-incident review, generally only for major issues, to understand why the issue happened and what we did to resolve it. This process is repeatable, measurable, and designed to keep things running very smoothly. If you don't have a defined process in this case, a ticket would get lost, delays would occur, people would be very, very upset, as well as the business would be very negatively impacted by main and important technologies being down. In this example, if we didn't have a defined process, then the ticket might get lost, our user might not know where to actually submit the issue, delays would occur, people would get upset, and we may start impacting the overall business with something important being down and not being resolved. The value streams and processes dimension helps us ensure that the right things are being done in the right order by the right people. Every step should serve a clear purpose in creating value when we're following our processes. When this dimension is optimized and ran correctly, services tend to be a lot smoother, customers and end users are happier, and your organization becomes far more cost effective as well as efficient.